Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's energy update. So excited to dive into this update. This is a very special update that I feel is so apt for this time, and I'm excited to share what has come through. So for those of you who have been struggling, for those of you who have been feeling some of the big events and big energies lately, and especially moving into this Mercury retrograde time, this is an excellent reading for you guys to be tuning into. There is a lot of hope, there is a lot of beauty, there is a lot of abundance, and at the center of it all, the big word, love, in this reading. And I'm just so honored to be able to channel this and to be able to share this with you all, as it just gave me chills. It made me emotional. So stunning what has come through for us. So the first little bit, let's dive right in. So the magic begins. And that's the first thing I heard. So the magic begins. Miracles abound. The unbelievable happens. Resurrection occurs. The old world is gone. Wallow in defeat no longer. Live in blissful ignorance. Uphold peace, not long suffering. Anchoring it within the vibration. Anchoring it in your frequency. You must hold it here. Steady, steadfast, and true. Let not darkness penetrate the force field in which you are surrounding yourself in. Seeing the truth, what is illusion, what is distraction, and what now must be done. Being an anchor of peace on this world, on this earth, as it needs your light. So heal now. And then they showed me this energy being sent from our hands towards the world, towards the earth. And they showed me the birthing pains of this rebirth that the planet Earth is currently in being almost over. And then they said there had to be a catalyst for change. You now understand this, that love heals all wounds. So let's pause here. What an amazing first little bit, and I'm going to go into each section in more detail. So the first little bit here, the magic begins, miracles abound, the unbelievable happens, and resurrection occurs. I thought this was really amazing because they were kind of showing me, once again, that underlying energy beneath the surface that many of us have not seen. Okay, so that was that tunneling energy that I've been seeing for quite a few weeks now, and it's being amplified, it's moving, it's constantly going. And it was really interesting because it was like, just because we haven't seen it, just because we haven't been aware of it, does not mean that things have not been shifting quite quickly beneath the surface. So it's unbelievable now, like that's exactly the word, unbelievable, what we're going to be seeing, what we're going to be experiencing, almost like a world we never thought could be possible. And this is going to be birthed in our own personal lives, and it starts with you. It starts with each and every single one of us being willing to claim that energy and pull it into our fields and broadcast that light. So light workers, are you ready to turn up your light? Are you ready to claim the miracles? Are you ready to show the world what is actually possible? Are you ready to show yourself what is actually possible? Are you ready to claim a life of love, of light, of peace? Okay, so this is what is coming. This is what is happening right here, right now. And all of us have to be willing to claim a peace. Okay, we have to be willing to claim this energy. So nobody said it would be easy. Nobody said there wouldn't be darkness, there wouldn't be distractions, there wouldn't be things that will try to come in to distract you from this mission. However, we have to be willing to have laser focus. So it was really interesting how they were bringing this awareness where it was like, don't wallow anymore. Don't wallow in defeat, because we're not defeated. Okay? We're not defeated, but it might appear that way. And once again, this is where illusions are shattering. This is where the truth has begun surfacing. And they're kind of showing me like this blissful ignorance. It's no longer because we're dumb. It's no longer because we're avoiding. It's because we're choosing something else for our lives now. We are choosing to remain separate from that energy that at any moment we could partake in. So just like last week, it was like, stop partaking in long suffering, right? So that energy is always there. It's always existed. We have a choice, however, now of whether we're going to claim that story for ourselves or whether we are going to choose separately, choose something different, right? And what is it that we are being called to do is anchor in the frequency of peace. So if you're someone, you're like, I want to do something to help this world. I want to advocate. I want to be love. I want to help this world. How you do that is becoming that beacon of peace, that beacon of love, and broadcasting that in your vibration. So this is what's so huge, because what channeled after was this awareness that this is bigger than you. Okay, so many of us have been so focused on our own bubble, our own lives. Now we're waking up to the truth. We're all part of this world. We're all part of the one. So that is powerful. That means at any time we can tap into anything and anyone and every little morsel of energy. That is all accessible to us. The power that holds. So now we have to be very diligent in what energies we are taking in, that we are accessing, and that we are broadcasting, because it all matters. It all goes into the one. So if you want to help, if you want to be love, light, peace, if you want to bring in those energies, then you have to envelop them. You have to call on them. You have to emulate them. You have to be them. You have to anchor this energy into your vibration, into your frequency. So then the question arises, are you willing? Okay? So we have to get this big picture this week. This is bigger than you. This is bigger than your problems. This is bigger than anything. Is this awareness of love being called into this earth, and we each have to be a catalyst for this love in this earth. So Lightworker, are you ready? Are you willing to claim this love, this peace, and anchor it in? So powerful. So I'm going to read this again. Uphold peace, not long suffering. Anchoring it in within the vibration. You must hold it there. Steady, steadfast, and true. So don't waver, okay? So once again, there's going to be temptations. There's going to be things. Don't waver. Be steadfast. Be true in that peace. Let no darkness penetrate that life force, okay, in which you surround yourself. So they really were showing me this as being a protection for you, because when we focus on peace, when we focus on love, we are no longer accessible to darkness, to anything else. And isn't that true? You know, one thing that I've really learned in my spiritual journey was, I had a lot of fear in the beginning. Oh my gosh, negative entities, darkness, bad, wickedness, all these stories that I had in my mind. I was so scared I was going to attract that. Now, the only way you'll actually attract that I've learned is by living in that place, by going, oh my gosh, I need protection. You're projecting that energy. So what are you going to do? Attract that need to be protected. So we need to change the story. And as soon as you change the story and you choose love, that is power, right? If you choose peace, you're no longer worried. You no longer need protecting, because you're in the highest vibration possible, which is going to repel any of the opposite. You are at peace. So when you are at peace, conflict is repelled by you. When you are love, hate might be there, but it's not going to latch onto you, because you are embodying the energy. So you see how limitless you become when you become love. Okay, seeing the power of this is absolutely needed right now. So I love this. Seeing the truth What is illusion? What is distraction? And what must be done? So we're going to be having our eyes wide open right now, wide open to what we've been believing. Okay, so one of the biggest illusions there ever has been, separation. That we're all separate, that we are divided, right? That's not true. That is absolutely the biggest lie that everybody is fed into. Oh, well, you're different than me. Oh, you're this color, you're this race, you have this political leader, you have this chosen sexuality, you're different than me, so I'm going to separate myself from you. How limiting, how small-minded, how divisive. Now, if we tap into God energy, what is God? Limitless love. Limitless love, unconditional love, one. We need to tap into source this week. And if we have any stories, even the big one, another huge illusion, oh, I'm separate from everyone because I don't deserve. So I don't get abundance. I don't get to have a good life because I did one thing in the past, or I'm unworthy because someone told me I was. I'm not good enough because I don't have the perfect body that everyone else has. Those are all stories that separate you from oneness. So become aware of your stories this week and see through them. See through to the truth and realize every day you have a choice to succumb to the illusion or to choose love and to choose the truth. Do you want to live in ignorance? Or do you want to be a truth bringer? Okay? And once again, they're drawing a very strong distinction here. Remember, your pain, your suffering is not your truth. So don't get that confused this week. Don't choose your pain over your love, because your love will outwin your anger, your pain, tenfold, 100-fold. So remember that choice every day this week. It's very important. And this is why this reading is so important. We need to realize each of us are a catalyst. Each of us have the opportunity to be a siphon of love and to share that love and channel that love to the world. Okay? So we need to be very conscious of what we are putting out there. We need to be very conscious what energies we're taking in, we are absorbing, we are surrounding ourselves with. And once again, remember that the more you participate in love, the more you choose love, the more that anchors, the more that allows you to emulate that to heal this world. Okay? And have hope. Birthing pains. Okay? These are the labor pains. They're almost over. The rebirth is almost happened. There had to be a catalyst for change. Now, once again, a lot of us are going to see things and we're going to be angry about it. We're going to be sad about it. We're going to be devastated by these things that we're seeing in the world. But remember, there had to be a catalyst. There has to be a catalyst. Okay? So we're owning this. We're understanding this. And then the bigger thing is love heals all wounds. Okay, so remember this, no matter how terrible things get, no matter how terrible things seem, what is the solution? It's love. It's always love. That is the most powerful vibration you can ever be in. So if you want to help, advocate love. Okay, I cannot enforce this enough. So let's continue on. This is bigger than you. As you heal, as you love, you heal not just yourself, but the world. And they made me capitalize world. Everything was in capitals. The world, the people, your family, your wounds. So celebrate. For Christ has come, and you are the catalyst of healing. So be source. Be the Holy Spirit on earth. Let it all channel through you, for you are not alone. You never were. Lightworker, take up your position. Be brave. Move not with anger. Be the catalyst of change. then they showed me this beautiful light and your hands being enveloped in this light and you going and you touching the hearts of the people around you. So I heard, touch the hearts of all mankind. Wipe the tears from all faces. Fill your heart with love, for that is your sacred mission. So powerful. So remember, this is bigger than you. You have a sacred mission. Are you willing to fulfill it? Are you ready to fulfill that mission? So we have to reconnect with why we are here, and realizing the absolute effect that each of us has, the power that each of us has, and how that ripples out. So no, it's not just an everyday thing where we go, oh, I'm just in a bad mood today. Oh, I'm doing this today. No. We have to take control and go, no, this might be a down day for me and I have to feel what I need to feel, but I'm going to transform this because I want to come back to love. I am remembering my why. I am remembering my sacred mission. So once again, we're going to be human. We're going to have moments, but it's the power we wield to go, okay, am I going to succumb to this? Or am I going to allow myself to purposely place my power elsewhere? And remembering the collective in this, right? So this was what was so beautiful, because they were showing me as each of us heals as individuals, we heal not just ourselves, but everyone around us. We all contribute to the one, and that includes your family. And I found this very eye-opening because I've seen this personally where individuals will start to go on their healing journey and it actually affect their family around them, where even an illness, which might seem like a miracle, but I've seen it. So that being said, we can heal others, even our family, even our lineage. We can heal those wounds. And as we realize that power, we then celebrate because we're like, oh my gosh, wow, the power I hold, the ability that I have, my capability. Remember, we've had this huge focus on you are capable, you are worthy, you are deserving. And it's all been leading us to this reality of, wow, I can create my world and I can help shape this world. So many have been taught the story that we are powerless, that we don't have any ability, that not one person can change the world, when in fact we all can. So can you be part of this collective effort? Now, I thought this was beautiful because they said, for Christ has come. Now, whether you resonate with Christ or not, whatever your prerogative, to me, Christ translates to unconditional love, right? So love has come and you are the catalyst. So remind yourself, if you do resonate with Christ, and whether you do or you don't, the story holds a lot of merit. So being that unconditional love on earth, realizing that you can be this catalyst for healing just like Christ was. And I thought this was beautiful because they then showed me, like, we're all Christ. We're all love. We're all God's children. And once we wake up to this reality, because once again, we can idolize certain people. We can idolize individuals like Christ. However, you are no different. You are no different than Christ. Okay? So you all have a seat at God's table. You all have a seat. And this is an amazing awareness to have when you realize that you are not separate from God. You are not less than God. You are not less than Christ. You are equal, because we are all God's creation. We are all God's children. So I love how they said this. It's like, be source. Be the Holy Spirit on earth. It's so funny because they're like, all of us have learned to forfeit our power or give our power away and go, please heal, please help, please do. But where do you need to heal? Where do you need to do? right? And having this awareness that you can be heaven on earth. You can be God on earth. You can be Christ on earth if you decide to. You have that power. You are not separate, right? So recognizing your power is absolutely essential for us to all truly make a large impact. So this is why we've been taught this. We've been being taught this week by week. Don't give your power away. Recognize your brilliance. Recognize what you're capable of. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let things sabotage you. Bring awareness to love. Where is love in your life? How amazing. It's been all leading us to this amazing truth. So be source. Be the Holy Spirit on earth. Let it all channel through you. For you are not alone, and you never were. And when this channeled, they showed me once again the connection. Oneness. You are connected to all. And that's so hard for us to comprehend, but you are. You are connected to everyone and everything on this earth and beyond. God, Christ, time, there is no such thing as time. Right? When we think of things being less linear, that awakens us to a lot. Wow. We can heal everything right here, right now. And you are not alone. You have so much support. You have so much you can tap into once you realize it's there. So once again, they're showing me like the glass shattering, like this illusion shattering, where it's like, oh my gosh, I have access to so much. I don't have to worry even about myself anymore, because I don't have to worry if I'm not confident. I don't have to worry if I'm not there or good enough yet, because wow, I can call on Source. I can call on God. I can call on the angels. I can call on anyone and anything and any energy I need. It is accessible to me. All you have to do is reach out and pull on that string. Pull on that energy. Call it in. Anchor it in. So they're showing me that every single person on earth has access to anything at all times. We've just been programmed that we don't. So are you ready to remove your limits? Are you ready to believe? Are you ready to try? And what is the worst that can happen if you set intentions to be a beacon of peace, to be a beacon of love? They're just like, what's the worst that can happen if you try it? Right? You want more abundance? Call in the intention, set the intention, tell the universe, I'm drawing on this string of abundance. I'm pulling it towards me. I'm anchoring it in. What's the worst that can happen? Are you willing? Right? They're showing me so many of us have been closed off. We have not been willing to open the door to oneness because of our mindsets, because we've been so fixed in these programs, but not anymore. It is time for mankind to wake up. It is time for mankind to see clearly. 2020 vision, no more lies, no more falsehoods, no more illusions, no more placing your power there. We need you. We need you now. So are you ready, Lightworker? Are you ready? Take up your position. This was so powerful. Take your position. Unbelievable, because a few months ago, or even I guess it was last year, I had that special energy update, and I referenced it last week, and I'm going to reference it again. That was what I saw, was Lightworkers being put into their proper places and to their positions. And that is what's happening now. This is the moment. You are about to take your position. So whatever's been coming up in your life, whatever God has been directing your way, you need to trust source. So once again, they're showing me people second guessing. Oh, is this what's right for me? Is this what I need to do? Can I do it? Am I capable? Put it aside. Now is not the time to second guess yourself. Now is the time to rise. Now is the time to claim this for yourself. So whatever you've been thinking, pursue it, do it, okay? Take up your position, be brave. Move not from the motivation of anger, but move by the catalyst of change, by being that catalyst of change. And when you do this, you will touch the hearts of those around you. You will wipe the tears from their faces because you are going to show them their power too. And how you're going to do this is by you being yourself. By you coming back to the truth of who you are, which is love. That is your sacred mission. Love is your sacred mission. So this removes a lot of the stories that we hear. Okay, there's so much that we can get tied up by. And one of these stories, once again, came in where it's like a lot of us believe, oh, I have to do everything this way. I have to do this so I can have this. I have to exchange this to do this. And we make it complicated. They're like, stop complicating it. Just be love. Whatever you were moved to do, do it. Don't wait. Don't hold back because, oh, I need to have this in order. I have to have that done. Or, oh, I can't do this service unless you pay me X an amount. Why are you letting money stand in the way of your love? So many of us fixate on money when they're like, if you're love, it's going to be there. All will be supplied. So practice what you preach. That just popped right in. Practice what you preach. Be love. Overflow your cup and watch as you attract all of that in. They're like, don't worry. Don't worry. If someone can't pay you, that's okay. Bless them with love. It will come back tenfold to you. It'll all be paid in kind. And it was so funny because they're really showing me, they're like, look over your life and look at where there's been imbalances and recognize now that those imbalances are being balanced out. The scales are balancing because you've learned a lot now. So for those of us who have been doing the work, those of us who have been practicing what we preach, there's nothing to worry about. Okay? And they're really making this clear. Your material needs will be met. You just need to trust. So stop holding yourself back because of money, because of fear. Go back to what you need to do. So what is your sacred mission? So let's continue with channeled. Remember your calling? So I want you to think back of when you were a child and what you innately knew your calling was. What were you called most to? Could be simple, could be complex, could be great, could be small. Whatever that calling is, remember it. So they're like, ever since your first breath, you believed in the power of love. For love you were born. For love you shall be. You are now returning back to your true nature, breathing life back to the soul. So live in beauty, live in bliss. Worry not about just your goals, your conflicts, your success. For if you have love in your heart, you've already won. All is already yours. So open your eyes and see. So they showed me this game of worthiness as a distraction. And they showed me next to focus upon peace. accept it, know it, breathe it, be it. For love is in the air. Wow, so many amazing messages here. So we need to remember that calling. We need to come back to our why we are doing things, the motivation of what is propelling our actions, our thoughts, our deeds, okay? And realize that we are all coming back to that truth, love, 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 okay? And when we come back to this truth, all the limitations fall away. When you just give yourself permission to be love every day, all the limitations gone. And isn't it true? If you just set that intent every day, I'm just going to be love today. Wow, the freedom you feel. Like they're literally showing me this dropping of chains because we're no longer limiting our experience of love. We're just doing it. We're just being it. We're emulating it. And this brings beauty. This brings life back into our souls. This rejuvenates us because we're like, oh my God, I'm finally allowing love in my life. I'm allowing love to guide me. I'm letting love fill my daily experience. So they're showing me this like romanticizing of life because it's the truth. It's always there. You know, a lot of times people frown on that. Oh, romanticizing, that's a fantasy. It's not. Love is real. Beauty is real. So when was the last time you partook in that? When was the last time you allowed that to fill your day? When was the last time you allowed your focus to go there? So they're showing me this turning of the face where God's hand is coming to your cheek and it's pushing your cheek, you're pushing your face to look a new direction. It's like, stop looking at that. Stop looking at the distraction. Look at this love. It's right there. It's right in front of you. So stop looking at the pain. Stop looking at the dark. Look at the light and fill yourself with light. For it is only then that you can be of true service. Right? So live in beauty, live in bliss. Worry not just about your goals, your conflicts, your success. These earthly 3D things, don't look there. Okay, don't worry about it. If you're love, if you have love, you've already won. So a lot of us have this driving need to be more, to do more, to accomplish more, to be more successful, to be more educated, to whatever the story, to have more. But when are you just going to be enough? And when can you realize the love that is in your life is enough? And it's worthy of celebrating. So when we stop longing and we start having and experiencing and fulfilling, it changes the game. So once again, we bring awareness to the truth. Are you ready to access everything that you stopped allowing yourself to access? Are you willing to believe it's there for you? Are you willing to partake in it? Are you willing to take God's hand and say yes? So, every opportunity for love that is offered to you in this life, take it. And once again, they're showing me the choice. Are you going to take the hand of love? Are you going to trust? Are you going to play your part? Are you going to honor your sacred mission? And guess what? That means your needs will be honored too. Because when you're in the energy of love, how do you feel? Well, when you're in love, everything is better. Everything is beautiful. Everything is amazing. So why wouldn't you want that in your life? So really ask yourself this week, where have I put limits on my experience of love? And how can I realize when I'm longing for more that I already have everything I could ever need? I've already won. So open your eyes and see. Now, this game of worth was really interesting. So they're kind of showing me once again this human story of like, well, I don't deserve it. I'm not worthy of it. I'm not there yet. It's a distraction. That is a game, and you don't have to play anymore. You don't have to play an am I good enough? Will you accept me? Are you rejecting me? I'm hurt, I'm sad, I'm in shame. What does that do for you? Right? They're like, it's time to stop participating. It's a distraction. It's distracting you from your mission. It is distracting you from love. It is distracting you from your power and for what you need to do. So enough, okay? A lot of us have held the story all our lives that we're unworthy, that we're worthy of shame, that we don't deserve our dreams, we're not good enough yet. We need to make a very firm choice this week to stop playing the game. Because if you continue to believe that lie, who wins? What's the benefit to you having this belief? What's it doing for you? It is holding you back. It is distracting you. It is draining you. And when you are at the end of your life, do you want to say that you continue to play that game? Or do you want to say, I'm ready to rise. I rose. I championed. I triumphed. And I allowed myself to live my life. And in the process, you healed others too. So they're showing me like divine responsibility. That just popped in my head. Like, this is each of our responsibility. So either we take up the call or we don't. So don't get distracted. Focus now upon peace. That's what we need now more than ever. Peace, love. So once again, how can you be in that? So the words now came through: accept, know, breathe, be. So how can you accept peace in your life? How can you know peace? How can you absolutely know and experience peace? How can you breathe peace? And how can you be peace? Want you to think about that this week. Go through each one of these. How can I accept more peace? How can I know more peace? How can I breathe more peace? And how can I be more peace? It's very important. Okay, once again, do not discount the power of peace, the power of love, and by embracing those energies. Don't discount it. So then comes in, how much love do you consume every day? How much do you allow yourself to be? Categorize the next steps. So they were showing me once again this breakdown, all these different areas in life. So a work-life balance, right? That was a big one that came up. Where is the work-life balance in your life? This was a very central one. So go through each of these areas. Where do I need to have more peace in my work, in my relationships, in my life, right? So then they went, promote the soul, not the goal. So this is huge because, once again, many of us, we have that innate desire to learn, to grow, to expand, which is wonderful. But it's been applied in a very toxic way throughout these toxic programs that the world has promoted, where it's all the grind, the hustle, the go, and none of that divine feminine energy is included in that. So they're showing me this, once again, balance coming in, where we start listening to our souls, we start listening to our intuition, the receptive side that's like, I want to do this, but I want to do it in my way. I want to do it in a way that honors me, that honors my needs. So they're really showing me that when we honor the soul, the goal becomes secondary. And isn't that interesting? Because when we honor the soul, we become fulfilled. And then the goal doesn't matter anymore because we are fulfilled, right? So stop fixating on a certain goal, on what things need to look like, on what things need to be, and instead put the focus on who you are, what you're here to be, how you want to fulfill yourself. And that changes everything. And what was so beautiful is they actually showed me God whispering in your ear. Okay? So a lot of us are going to have this calling to help, this calling to heal the earth and others around us. And what I just got was like, go. This is what God is whispering in your ear. Go. Go to them. For you are like Christ. You are all my sons and my daughters. Wash yourselves clean of sin, of toil, of all the weary things of the soul. Why do you think I sent you here? Believe and know your destiny. Create it. Do not isolate. Your path requires assistance. Come together in peace. Collaboration of ideas on how to make this world whole. Divine helpers sent to earth to sing. Sing, sing, sing. Seeing God in a new way. Now this is so cool. So let's pause here before I get too carried away here. So God is whispering in our ears to take action. Okay? And I love this because once again, bringing this awareness that we are all God's children. We're all the same. We're all one. Okay? And to remove any guilt or shame or sin or toil that we believe stains us, because that is not how God sees you. That is not how the universe sees you. The universe sees you through the eyes of unconditional love. And it was so beautiful because like, why do you think you're here? Why do you think I sent you here? Because you have a mission, and I would see it fulfilled. So believe that. Know that in your heart that you have a reason to be here. Okay? Know it. And they really were showing me this is what helps you create it, because you start realizing, oh, I don't need to listen to these stories anymore, because I do know the truth that I'm here to have this mission fulfilled. So they're showing me this desire and this fear-based motivation that comes in for us to isolate from the world. And many light workers go through this experience where we feel different, we don't feel like we belong, we feel like we need to separate, that people don't understand us, we have that fear of being different, and that causes a lot of us to seek peace away from people, right? So they're showing me this desire coming in of like wanting to be away from everyone, not wanting to be involved because the underlying fear, I'm not going to be accepted. Perhaps there's a story of I try all these things and they don't work out. Whatever the story is, but what was really interesting was like your path requires assistance. So a lot of us have been in this thought of like, I give too much, I'm too drained, so I need to retract, I don't want to be around people, but yet we have this calling to help people. So we're learning this balance, and we're also learning that this other thought comes in, well, what if you need help? If you isolate yourself, you're not going to get help. And you deserve help. You deserve support. And when you learn this balance of giving and receiving in true love for not only others, but for yourself, it all comes together. And that was what was so beautiful, is I just keep getting that God is trying to give you this gift of togetherness. So stop denying the gift. Stop trying to retract the gift. Stop trying to run away from this gift. It's like you need this gift. This is the next step. This is what you need to learn, is how to come together. So a lot of us need to hear this message, because a lot of us are in our fight or flight and we want to tuck tail and get out. That's not needed. We don't need you to isolate. We need you to come together. We need you to advocate for love. We need you to learn peace. And the only way you can learn peace is by being peace and being at peace. Not separating yourself, but being in the one. right? So notice the fears of exposing yourself. Might feel exposing. It might feel vulnerable. Sharing yourself, sharing your light, sharing your love, sharing your peace. But that's just the fear talking. They're showing me some past lives attached to this for some of us. So we got to just cut those strings. We got to let go of those things that are holding us back, even energetically. And just remember, that doesn't need to be your path now. Choosing different now. Allowing yourself to advocate for yourself. Very important. So come together in peace. So what peace needs to be made? Okay, so some of us are going to bring awareness to this week of where we're ready to end conflict, when we're ready to come back together, where we're ready to just let it go. Let go of what's hurting you. Let go of what's ever causing conflict in your life. Let it go. And some of us just need to have a conversation. They're like, have a conversation. Clear the air. Wow, does that feel good? Letting go of all that tension, all that stress you've held on, all that hurt or judgment you felt. Like it's just like a breath that just goes, it's gone. It's all good, right? Even if it's not all good, it will be, because you're letting go of what holds you back, of the toxicities that keeps you from oneness, from peace, right? So then came in this collaboration effort. So I thought this was so beautiful because, once again, a lot of us have learned to just rely on ourselves. You know, it's better I just do it by myself. It's better if I just push away others so I don't have to deal with any issues. Well, we need to learn peace. We need to learn to welcome in support. We need to learn to work together. So where do you need to learn teamwork? Where do you need to learn a combined effort? Where do you need to learn to forgive, to let go, to move on, right? So where's your fear of conflict sabotaging your forward growth? Okay? Don't feed into that anymore. So collaboration of ideas on how to make this world whole. I thought this was so beautiful. And what was really hilarious, because when I was writing and channeling this, I wrote divine heal-pers instead of helpers. I literally wrote heal-pers. So there's going to be helpers that are sent to heal. And this was what was so magical, is I literally saw these little babies coming down to earth. These little lightworker babies in this, enveloped in this white light, shooting down from the heavens into the earth. So there's helpers coming. There's people that are coming in to usher in this new era. And I thought this was so beautiful, because then I heard sing, sing, sing. And it was like this voice, like this chorus of angels singing, and the light workers on earth raising their voices, singing together. And the chills, okay, the chills of this was amazing. The power of your voice, the power of your soul when you let it sing. Okay? Wow. And this was so beautiful, because they just showed me this freedom happening where we all start seeing things differently. We start seeing God differently. We no longer see God as this judgmental, masculine energy. We start seeing God in a whole new way. Love, peace, goodness, beauty. So if you were raised in the opposite energies, to be God-fearing, you're now going to be God-loving, and seeing that you are an extension of this voice. So how can you let yourself sing? Have you let your soul sing? The Holy Spirit takes its course, seeing why you needed to take this journey, to clear all the hurt away, the hate, the undeservingness, the wrong, the shame, the blame, the pain. Make now a new dedication. I let fate lead the way. I trust my destiny. I heal through love. So ask yourself, what can broaden your expansion of love? How can I experience more love in my life? And how can I trust in God to lead the way? Wow, wow, wow. So, letting the Holy Spirit take the course. And I thought this was really interesting. You have a Holy Spirit. Your spirit is holy. So are you going to let it take its course? Are you going to let it take its journey? It's up to you. But when you do, you start seeing why you had all these earthly lessons. You see why there's been a need for pain. You see why there was a need for you to go through the challenges you went through and conquer them. So now it's time to let your soul lead the way and heal through love. So friends, what is it that you can do now to heal, to let go, to allow love to become the pinnacle of your life, to embody it fully and let your soul sing? Because this is what is being asked of us. This is what is being called for us to do to truly move into this next chapter and usher in a new dawn. So friends, sit on this reading, think about it, really, really ruminate on how you can apply this more fully in your life. And honestly, I feel like so many of us have so much to be excited about, so much to look forward to in this new chapter. So don't lose sight of that. Even when the world gets heavy, remember, you are the light. Keep going, keep shining, and know that I'm always here for you. So friends, that's all I have for this week's reading. I really hope it encouraged you. I really hope it touched your heart and inspired you to keep moving forward and keep sharing your light, because it matters so, so much. So I'm sending you all so much love. Have a beautiful week. And please know that if you need my help, if you need support, I've always got sessions available. I've always got Reiki trainings available. If you are ready to take that next step in your journey, I would love to be that one if you feel called and resonate with my work to connect. Have a beautiful and blessed week, my friends. Bye-bye.